Well, this has been a pretty heavy session and it's time to lighten up things a little bit. So let's talk about one of the greatest investors of all time and one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett. And here are some interesting facts about him. He bought his first share at the age of 11 and he regretted that he started too late. He bought a small farm at the age of 14 with his savings from delivering newspapers. And he lives in the same small 3-bedroom house for the last 50 years, and he drives his own car everywhere and does not have a driver, and he's never traveled by a private jet, though he owns the world's largest private jet company. Interesting trivia there, gives you some insight into the mind of really some really great men in the world. But time now to tell you what our traders have been thinking about. It's Ashwini Gujral, who's the trader into whose mind we're trying to go in now.
Basically, I'm an index trader. My time frames are intraday and 3 to 4 day type of trading. Nifty is the second most traded instrument in the world, and that provides good liquidity for me to be able to get in and get out. Trading is like a sport. In fact, I find sporting events now much more boring because trading, there is a risk of uncertainty, which I like. Also, it's a lot like puzzle solving. Over the last 1 year, the two biggest hits have been Jubilant FoodWorks, which is about the great Indian consumption story. We kind of identified that stock around 250 to 300, and today it's about 825. Also, Coal India, once it got listed, it corrected quite a bit towards 290, and from there, right now it's at about 406. In terms of mistakes, I think India Bulls did not work out as well as I would have liked. Maybe it was a sector, and maybe HDFC Bank, I should have held on much longer than I did. 3 important lessons are cut losses, cut losses, cut losses. The key ingredient here is hard work. You should have a passion for the markets because, if you don't have this passion, the markets will tire you out, take your capital and send you off. The other thing is that you must accept the risk of the market. It's very important to know how much you can lose. Third is, continuous learning. I'm still educating myself. Whatever I've learned about trading, there's no school that teaches it. You have to just go on learning and keep paying your tuition to the market. Well, 2 world-class traders are Ed Seykota and Oliver Velez. Ed Seykota is much more of a commodities trader and is a trend follower, while Oliver Velez is more of a day trader to a swing trader. It's the Master Day Trader by Oliver Velez.
Well, interesting there, Ashwini Gujral. That's some of his hits and misses out there. You see them all every day, but this is really what's the mind behind them. Okay, moving on then. One question for Dr. Narayan. We see all the professional traders use sophisticated charting packages to analyze trades. Now, obviously, these cost a lot of money. How important is it to get a software package like that, or can one do meaningful analysis in one's own normal trading account?
Well, I would say if you want to be a serious technical analyst, and there is no way that you should avoid buying a good software. It's like a carpenter saying that I will not buy a hammer or I'll not buy a saw or something, but I'll still do whatever I can to fix your table or try and build you a chair or something. If you want to do serious work on the technical analysis side, you must buy a software. The more sophisticated one, you can keep it for later, but at least equip yourself with a basic one.
You need to spend that little bit of money.
Absolutely.
All right. For those of our viewers who like to do more research on technical analysis and trading, can you recommend a good book?
Well, I would say for traders, experienced, not experienced, new, old, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator by Edwin Lefebvre is one of the finest books that you can ever read. It's full of so much of trading nuggets, so much of good advice that you would be hard put to find so much advice in one place.
And it's really about trading psychology. It reads like a movie almost, like it's a good book. Well, all right, I think that's a lot of wisdom for a single show. You can digest it all over a nice cup of coffee. Time now to come to the final part of our show, and that's the chart quiz. and use your knowledge on moving average indicators to give your expectation of how you expect the prices to move on that. Dr. Narayan will tell you next week whether you were right or you were wrong. Finally, Dr. Narayan, tip of the week for our viewers.
I think we are discussing technical analysis. What you should do is adapt one of the methods and learn it well. You know, I spoke last week that it was all about execution and knowing your method. Know your method well, know all its nuances, and then it will come in handy whenever you want to apply it. So knowing your method well is the key to technical analysis.
All right then. With that, it's an end on this show. We'll see you again next week. Till then, keep ticking.